Welcome to Kung Fu Habit number 2, and unfortunately, you're gonna have to get a second part. Against my will, I had to go do some shit that was not supposed to happen, which I'm pretty sure at the end of video 1, you've actually saw. So by the time y'all see this, it'll probably be late at night, because it's 1 p.m. now. But I will make a bonus video about that after I make whatever the hell else I had planned to make a video on. So, let's go on and call it like it is. I left off saying that I blame Joe Biden for not releasing the Epstein list. I do. I do. I voted for Biden. I voted for Biden. I voted for Harris. I voted Democrat. I primarily vote Democrat, but I'm a progressive. Let's not get that shit twisted. I will never vote Republican. Most of them are secretly racist, and they've just proved that shit by making sure that Felon 47 is in office. Alright? That's the bottom line on that. And I'm not saying all Republicans are racist. But if you're a Republican that supports anything that Trump does, you are a fucking racist. I'm sorry if that hurts your fucking feelings, but it's highly time you have the truth. Literally bought the receipts in video 1. But yeah, I honestly, truly to God, I blame Joe Biden for not releasing the motherfucking Epstein files. We wouldn't be here right now. We wouldn't be at war with Iran. We wouldn't be running through all this fucking shit helping Israel if we would have just released those goddamn Epstein files. And I'm not going to blame the victims of the Epstein files, but if they would have came out sooner, if they would have came out in Trump's first term, this shit would have never fucking happened. If these victims would have started going to fucking news reports and stories and all this fucking shit right behind E. Jean Carroll, if they would have started doing that shit, none of this shit would have happened. If they would have started coming out doing the Billy Bush shit where he lost his fucking job, none of this shit would be happening right now. We'd be living a whole different damn timeline. And I get it. They're girls. They were afraid. Afraid that someone was going to hurt them. I got it. I get it. And this is another reason why I tell everybody who has a girl, if you are a father, you will put her into boxing, kickboxing, wrestling. You will get her some kind of training so that whenever a man decides to come up to her and say it's her body, but it's his choice, then she can rip his goddamn dick clean off. I said what the fuck I said. So again, I do blame Biden for that. If Biden would have wiped out this motherfucking Epstein list and unlocked that shit, James Comey, fucking Joe Biden, all these motherfuckers would have just said, nah, we pushing this motherfucking Epstein list the fuck up out this bitch. If they would have did that shit, Trump would be incarcerated, Vance wouldn't be vice president, Hepsack wouldn't be trying to fire all the 4-star generals and all this other bullshit. We wouldn't be here. And y'all blamed him on the gas and the oil prices, but y'all ain't saying shit to Felon 47 about the gas and the eggs. Because ain't none of that shit dropped. None of it. In fact, it's actually gone up. So you can't have it both ways. You can't blame Biden for all that bullshit and then don't say shit to Trump when the shit ain't changed and done went back up. So y'all gotta make up your fucking mind. Either you gonna be honest about the shit or you just gonna be a fucking puppet. And I'm not gonna be a fucking puppet. And again, I'll state this one more time. Fuck yeah, I blame Biden for not releasing the goddamn Epstein files. Because if that would have happened, y'all motherfuckers would be mad, but Trump would be fucking fried. His ass would be in prison for what's left of how many fucking years he got left, and the only reason why he's still free now is because he's the goddamn president. He's not gonna live that much longer with the way his health is going, which is a good and a bad thing as far as I'm concerned. I don't give a flying fuck. His hands are purple. He lied about his motherfucking ear. It cost me my fucking TikTok for about 5 fucking months. But at least I'm honest. And I'm gonna lose a lot of y'all. I'm gonna lose a lot of y'all out of the 683 of you. I'm gonna lose a lot of you. But you know what I'm not gonna lose? I'm gonna have my fucking honor. And that's where this ends. I will have my honor. And when history remembers me and when they find these fucking videos after my death, they're gonna remember the Echo Fang Grey Wolf, aka James Williams Jr., told y'all the motherfucking truth. Point blank, period. Y'all can support the motherfucker. You can leave the channel. You can always come back. But understand one thing. I didn't lie about that Trump shit. Understand that shit. Yeah, I hate that motherfucker. I don't want him to die, but when he do die, he gonna burn in hell. I hope he live long enough to go to trial. I want him to go the fuck the trial. I want him to look at all those girls from the Epstein's list. I want him to look at all those girls from the goddamn beauty pageant. I want him to look at that little 11-year-old girl on that motherfucking escalator. I'll be dating her in 10 years. I want him to look all of them in the face right before he leaves up out this goddamn planet by natural causes. I hope nature takes its place And when he kills the hell over, I want all of his family members to pay for his fucking sins. Because the sins of the father are paid for by that of the son. I'm no motherfucking saint, but there's good news. I ain't got no fucking children. I'm not a rapist. I'm not a racist. I'm not a child molester. It ain't that damn hard to be a saint. But it ain't that damn hard to be honest. It is what the fuck it is. But hey, y'all gonna support the motherfucker? Knock yourself out. Let me say this now, before I forget. There is room for forgiveness. And I forgive you. But you need to own that shit before it's your 6-year-old daughter who's Lena Medina, because we decided that we're gonna have 2 lives. Red Dawn and A Handmaid's Tale. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me see if this will give me the right information one more motherfucking time. Can you give me the concept of Red Dawn from the 80s, the Patrick Swayze movie?
The 1984 movie Red Dawn is a Cold War action film. It shows the surprise Soviet invasion of the U.S., where teenagers, led by Patrick Swayze, flee to the mountains and become guerrilla fighters called the Wolverines. The movie explores themes of war.
Yeah, but you left off the underlying part. And it is Charlie Sheen, by the way, in the Red Dawn movie. Is Charlie Sheen or Emilio Estevez the oldest?
Emilio Estevez is the older brother. He was born in 1962, making him the elder sibling, while Charlie Sheen, born in 1965, is the younger brother.
Okay, I just had to do that off key so that I would permanently have a record of that. In the concept of Red Dawn, was the American motherfucker.
Emilio Estevez is older, born in 1962, while Charlie Sheen was born in 1965. However, only Charlie Sheen was in the original Red Dawn movie.
Now y'all see why I hate technology. As for the concept of Red Dawn, America was sold out by its president, correct or incorrect? Okay, it says I'm incorrect.
The idea that the president sold out America in the movie Red Dawn is incorrect, based on the film's storyline.
Alright, well, what's the storyline? Then tell me what the correct storyline is of Red Dawn. How did the Soviets invade us without being sold out?
In the movie Red Dawn, a Soviet, Cuban, and Nicaraguan alliance invades the U.S. This happens after NATO falls. Mexico turns communist, and wheat problems weaken the Soviet Union. The invasion uses surprise attacks and a ground invasion from the south.
Now, y'all heard that, right? NATO falls. Collapses. Watch this. What is the bulk of NATO? What military force is the bulk of NATO?
The United States provides the largest part of NATO's military strength, contributing about 1.3 million personnel and roughly 62% of the defense budget. The alliance's main forces also include significant contributions from Turkey, Poland, Germany, France, and the UK, totaling over 3.65 million active troops.
The United States provides overwhelmingly the bulk of NATO's military power. Do you not see that right there? The United States overwhelmingly. Yeah. What they say about that Red Dawn concept, NATO collapses. NATO. Bulk of NATO. America. Current president trying to do what? Is the current president trying to make us leave NATO? I probably asked the wrong way.
While the current president, Donald Trump, has expressed wanting to leave NATO, a law passed in 2023 prevents any president from doing so without Congress's approval.
I rest my motherfucking case. We're living in motherfucking Red Dawn. Where's the other remote? There's the mic. Now let me get this straight, because in Red Dawn, the movie, they literally said that we were sold out. So what's going on with that? And now it says, you're right. I will show this to y'all first before I read this bitch. I know what the fuck I was talking about. I seen the movie like 3 fucking times. It's backwards for y'all. But right there, that part that says, you're right. In the 1984 movie Red Dawn, you're right. That's the first top goddamn sentence. Now we're going to read it for you. In 1984 movie Red Dawn, you're right. The premises of the U.S. being left isolated because NATO dissolved. The film opens up textually in the state that NATO dissolved and the United States stands alone, which means we were sold out. Alright? The current president's rhetoric about politically leaving NATO echoes the isolation themes of the movie, the reason NATO collapsed in Red Dawn. We're a bit different from today's political debates. Let's scroll that up just a little bit, because I need y'all to read that part where it says, while the current president's rhetoric about potentially leaving NATO. Can y'all see it? Right there. Right up there. While the current president's rhetoric of potentially leaving NATO. It's right there. Right there. Like I said, I bring the motherfucking receipts. Now, AI won't 1,000% accurate, but if you haven't seen Red Dawn, then you should probably go watch Red Dawn. The movie came out in 1984, I believe. As if I push this back button enough times, it might take me to the mother. It's not taking me anywhere. I fucking hate technology. Get off of me. What year did the movie Red Dawn come out?
The original Red Dawn came out in theaters on August 10th, 1984. It was the first movie with a PG-13 rating. The film, directed by John Milius, follows teenagers who fight during a Soviet-Cuban invasion, featuring actors like Patrick Swayze and Charlie Sheen.
I rest my motherfucking case on bringing these motherfucking receipts. Was there ever a Red Dawn sequel? Because I don't know.
There was never an official sequel to the 1984 Red Dawn. However, a remake came out in 2012, starring Chris Hemsworth, featuring a similar plot but with different antagonists.
How does the original Red Dawn end for the civilians of the United States of America?
The original Red Dawn ends with a difficult victory for American civilians. The Soviet occupation ends due to a U.S. counteroffensive, but the town is left devastated. While the teen resistance mostly dies, the surviving civilians are liberated.
I rest my motherfucking case. If y'all think we ain't living in Red Dawn, you are sadly fucking mistaken. You remember to go watch that. That's your fucking homework assignment for tonight. To go watch the movie Red Dawn, starring Patrick Swayze and Charlie Sheen. In closing, because they're still talking about this bullshit assassination attempt on the president's life, which again, I state without a shadow of a doubt and without question, it's bullshit. Why does the security footage look like it's 30 years old? But then when you finally see them capture him, it's funny how that footage looks more modern. This shit's a setup. And for anybody watching, if you believe that this was a fucking real fucking attack, respectfully to you, you're as dumb as a fucking box of rocks. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Echo Fan Grey Wolf. If you don't like the fact that I just called you a dumb as a box of fucking rocks, well, I'm sorry. I'm honest. I'm not a motherfucking saint, but I am honest. You are as dumb as a box of fucking rocks. Especially if you're a soldier that voted for this motherfucker. If you're a female that voted for this motherfucker. Congratulations. You started us in the Red Dawn. And y'all need to go watch that, because clearly y'all motherfuckers wasn't alive when Red Dawn came out. But I was. And I watched it. And I ain't never forgot that shit. And even double that when I joined the army. That's been my biggest fear, is what happens when we're in fucking Red Dawn. Congratulations. We are currently about to be in Red Dawn.